Dr. Brandon Lee here with you. I'm answering a really important question. Our question is about vitamin D supplementation, one of the most common questions I've ever gotten from friends, patients, colleagues, anybody curious about vitamin D is they ask, well, how much should I take? And it's not an easy answer. And so we want to dive into that today. See, once you realize the value and importance of optimizing your vitamin D, you start to question, okay, well, what do I need to do to get to that optimal level? Now, we should all strive to get our nutrients and our vitamin D from healthy food, and with vitamin D in particular, since it can come from sunshine, that's the ideal, is we should strive to get all of our vitamin D from sunshine and healthy food. The reality is, though, that's just not possible or even close to reality for most people. The vast majority of people are not spending enough time in the sun, and it's actually, there are just few vitamin D dietary sources. And so the answer or solution to inadequate vitamin D levels because of inadequate sun exposure and inadequate food sources is a high quality vitamin D3 supplement. Now, there are three important things to know about vitamin D supplementation. Number one, you want to choose vitamin D3 over vitamin D2. Okay, vitamin D3 tends to come from animal sources and is more easily absorbed and utilized by the body than vitamin D2. D2 is a different form of vitamin D than D3. D2 tends to come from plant sources. Typically, vitamin D2 supplements are created by exposing mushrooms to ultraviolet radiation that forces them to make vitamin D. Now, D2 is not as easily absorbed and utilized by the body. You actually need to take more in order to do the job that D3 can do. Number two thing that you need to know about vitamin D supplementation is that your end game, like your long-term goal, should be to get all of the vitamin D you need from sun exposure and healthy food, okay? In the meantime, utilize a supplement to ensure that you're in the optimal range of 40 to 60 nanograms per milliliter. I view suboptimal vitamin D or low vitamin D levels as a risk. It's like a risk factor for disease. So the danger of being suboptimal or deficient in vitamin D warrants the necessity of taking a good quality vitamin D3 supplement. Okay, so until you figure out a lifestyle of healthy sun exposure and healthy foods that will put you in the optimal range, it is necessary to utilize a high quality supplement to ensure that you're in that ideal range. Now, this brings us to our third important thing to know about vitamin D supplementation is to get yourself tested. The only way to know if your vitamin D strategy is working is to get tested. How will you ever know if you're getting enough sunshine, if you're eating enough healthy vitamin D foods, or if you're taking enough supplementation, right? People ask me, how much should I take? Well, it's different for every human and every body, right? Everyone is different. And so for every individual, there's a matter of experimentation to see what works and what doesn't. You would not believe how many people I have worked with over the years that they have religiously taken a vitamin D supplement for years, and then they finally get their vitamin D tested to discover that they're dangerously low. That means that their supplement was either so low quality that it wasn't working, or they just weren't taking enough. And so how will you ever know if you don't get tested? So don't guess, test. All right, I hope that has been helpful. We'll see you guys next time.